Well, that message, use your voice and your vote, that message heard loud and clear to thousands of students and potential North Carolina voters who are going to play a key role in 2024. And that's something that Vice President Kamala Harris is well aware of. The Vice President feeling very much at home here at the nation's largest HBCU. As an HBCU alum herself, in some ways for her it was preaching to the choir, thanking young voters and voters of color for record turnout in 2020 that she says made a difference in helping elect her and President Joe Biden. But the Vice President also making it clear there is no guarantee that would be repeated in 2024. Sitting on the panel with her was actor Terrence J. He's also an A&T grad. He's a Rocky Mount native who asked Harris about laws here in our state that they believe would make it harder for people to cast a ballot.
What we can do to combat those attacks on our right to vote.
Understand that there is an effort to make it more difficult for you to vote. Laws like the ones that Governor Roy Cooper has been fighting against that would divide A&T into separate districts to dilute your power.
Yeah, and that was just one of the topics that was mentioned. What you just heard from the Vice President there, she's specifically mentioning what she considers to be gerrymandering from the congressional lines from Republican lawmakers here in our state. Now, some other topics that were discussed, they talked about reproductive rights, tackling climate change, which is something that was important to the other person that was on the panel, another A&T alum, the Michael Regan, who is the EPA administrator. But one of the main topics that was constantly brought up that is really top of mind right now is gun violence. Now, Vice President Harris specifically mentioned those recent cases locally that we were talking about, including the lockdowns at UNC. It's something that students here on campus actually asked her about directly. She said more needs to be done, and she also called for a national assault weapons ban. Now, the main message, though, for students was to make sure and vote. No doubt this will be far from the last time that leaders and candidates from both parties will be turning their eyes to North Carolina heading into next year. Reporting live in Greensboro, Tom George, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
We are a battleground state. We will be seeing the candidates through the process. Tom George, thank you.